Marcello in the Real World by Francisco Stork is a novel about a teenage boy and his journey to finding himself through facing the real world. Marcello Sandoval attends a school called Patterson, where he has a job working with therapy horses. Patterson is a school for kids with special needs, and he feels very comfortable there. Marcello is stuck between childhood and adulthood. His father pushes him to enter the real world. Marcello's father, Arturo, is constantly forcing Marcello to do more normal things, like going to public school, using a cell phone, taking the train to work, working a normal job, wearing your shirt with the top unbuttoned. These are all things that Arturo defines as normal. Marcello wonders whether this so-called real world is really such an important thing to be integrated into. Arturo thinks that Marcello should go to Oak Ridge High over Patterson and be around normal people. Marcello does not want to go to public school and he likes Patterson. However, Arturo makes an agreement with him. He says he can go to Oak Ridge High instead of Patterson in the fall, or he gives up his job at the stables for the summer, but he has to come to work and work at his father's firm. If Marcello does well at the firm, then he can go back to Patterson for his senior year. Marcello is Buddy the Elf. Buddy the Elf is thrown into the real world of New York City. He has lived in the North Pole with elves making toys since he was born, and he is very out of place when arriving in New York City. He really struggles integrating into this real world. When Marcello first arrives in the law firm, or so-called real world, he's very confused and feels that he doesn't fit there. He has a hard time communicating with other people, and he doesn't understand what small talk is. He also doesn't understand sarcasm. Marcello adjusts from working at the stables to working in the office, just as Buddy adjusts from working in the toy factory to working in his father's office. As Marcello has a hard time with sarcasm, so does Buddy. In Elf, there is a scene where Buddy walks into a rundown diner that has a sign hanging outside that says, "World's Best Cup of Coffee." He runs inside and screams, "Congratulations!" Everyone looks at him in confusion because it's not actually the world's best cup of coffee. He just doesn't understand.
Macaroni, if you want the thing you love.
You did it! Congratulations! World's best cup of coffee. Great job, everybody. It's great to meet you. Hi.
Now come over here, boy.
Both characters have a moment of realization in the real world that not everyone is as kind and has proper ethical standards. They both have a turning point after this moment. Marcello discovers that his father is not the person he thought he was, and Buddy has this moment as well. Buddy passed through the 7 layers of the candy cane forest, through the sea of swirly-twirly gumdrops to find his father. His father is very mean to him at first and has a hard time welcoming him into his life. He gets easily frustrated with him, and he tells him he doesn't care that he's his son and wants him out of his life. This is the first time that Buddy has felt sad, and he is very hurt by someone.
You get the hell out of here.
Where do you want me to go?
I don't care where you go. I don't care that you're an elf. I don't care that you're nuts. I don't care that you're my son. Get out of my life, now!
When in the office, Marcello finds documents of a woman named Ixtal and a photograph of her deformed face. Her face had been ripped halfway off by shattered glass from a windshield that Vidrmek knew was defective. He is very saddened that his father would do something like this, and he looks at him very differently after. He even throws him under the bus to do the right thing to Ixtal. This moment is very similar to Buddy because they both look at their fathers differently. Marcello Sandoval embodies Buddy the Elf in many ways, and they both share the same internal and external struggles of fitting in and adjusting to a new world throughout the storyline.